Alright guys, the first thing that I'm going to do is take my airspun and dab this on my eyebrows just to dry out any extra oils on my face. Then I'm going to take my Anastasia dip pomade in medium brown and I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows with this pomade. My eyebrows do need to be tamed, but we're just going to fill them in the best way we can. Then we're just going to take my Milani concealer and sharpen up my brows. I just take my time with this part, and during this process you'll see me drag the concealer down and create my canvas for my eyeshadows. I like to use a lighter concealer for this part, just due to the fact that it makes colors pop more, and I just love this concealer. I don't know, you'll see once you see my base, you'll see why I love this concealer so much. Now I'm just taking a Real Technique brush and I'm just buffing out the concealer, just making sure it gets everywhere, it's blending out. I'm just now creating like a canvas for my eyeshadows, and do you guys see how freaking flawless that looks? Like it's just ready for the eyeshadow. That's what I'm saying. Like, this concealer is just bomb as hell. Now I'm taking a darker shade of the Milani concealer and I'm just going to conceal the top of my eyebrows and clean that up too. It'll be a part where I'm blending this out, and you're really supposed to use a concealer that matches your skin tone for this part, but I have been out in the sun and swimming, so I've tried my best to go and shop for, you know, darker products for my new skin tone, but I'm just using whatever I'm using that's at the house, cause yeah, and I don't see nothing wrong with it because I'm about to put foundation on top of it anyway. So now we're just blending out this concealer, making sure there's no creases in my base because we're getting ready for the eyeshadow. Now we're just going to take my James Charles palette and take the lightest color, and this will be our transition color. We're just going to take a fluffy brush and just buff this out all over our lid, well, really above our crease. And I do apologize for not looking directly at the camera. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing because I'm looking down. But once we get a better setup, then everything will be better. Now we're going back in our palette and we're getting the darkest color, and now we're putting this exactly in our crease just to deepen that other light green up. Now I'm just going back with the lighter green and just making sure it's popping back on top of the dark green. Now I'm just taking a makeup wipe and I'm cleaning up the area where I'm going to cut my crease. I am doing this so that when I lay down my base for my cut crease, the colors don't bleed onto my base. And I usually don't cut my crease this low. I have a large eye space, so I usually go higher than this, but I don't know why. I don't know. Y'all, I just don't know what I was doing. But the look came out great, but I feel like if I would have cut my crease a little higher, it would have been so much better. Now I'm taking my P's Louise base, and I am just filling in the sparse areas of where there is no color, just to cut my crease. Now I am just patting down this base. You want to make sure it is dry before you put your colors on it. Now I just took the darkest red and patted that over my lid. And now I'm blending out the green into the red. Now I'm just adding more red on top of it, just making sure I cover each and every area of where I laid down that base. Now if you didn't see it the first time, I'm going to do it again on this eye. We're just going to do exactly the same thing that we already did on the other eye. We're going to lay down our base, we're going to pat it dry, and then we're going to put our red on top of it, and then we're going to blend out that corner with our green. Also, when you are patting your base dry, you also want to make sure, like the outer corner, you are blending that out. You do not want it to be very harsh. Now I'm taking a black eyeshadow and I am just creating kind of like a wing liner for my eye, but I'm not going to leave it like that. I am going to take a brush and take that same black pigment and I'm going to buff it out. We'll try to at least smoke it out. Here we are smoking out that black and we're trying to blend it into our eyeshadow. I end up going above the cut crease just to like deepen it a bit and give that dark effect that I want. Here I am taking my green again and just making sure that it is not lost. I'm buffing it up a little bit higher. Now it is time to apply our lashes. We're doing mascara. Then I'm taking my Duo Lash Glue and I'm applying this to my lash line. When I do this, I notice that my lashes stick and last longer than applying it to the lash band and trying to stick it on my eye. Don't know why, it just works out best this way. For my lashes today, I went with something that's light and wispy because I wanted to make sure that my eyeshadows popped. I didn't want dramatic lashes to cover the work that I did. Now I'm taking my Milani concealer that I used to sharpen up my under eyebrow. Oh, Jesus help me. Anyway, I'm just applying this everywhere that I would like to be lightened up a bit. And I do like a light under eye, but I've noticed that since I have a tan now, this concealer is a little bit too light, so I need to go one shade darker now. I just like to leave this concealer on for a few seconds just to make sure that it is full coverage. I don't like to leave it on too long because it does dry pretty fast. Then I take my Milani foundation and I apply that everywhere where I didn't apply my concealer. And I know I look crazy, but this is how I get my flawless beat. Like, I blend out my concealer first and then I blend out my foundation and everything just looks so good. And I spray my face before I blend out my concealer, or before I blend out anything really, just to get the products moving again and just to make sure like it kind of sets your face, you know. One thing that I did learn is when you spray your face during the process of doing your makeup, it looks more flawless. Like you don't look cakey or anything like that, and your makeup lasts a whole lot longer than what it usually would. And I recommend people try out this technique, especially if you have a hard time blending out your concealer, blending out your foundation just to look flawless and seamless. Just try this out. Comment below if you do and let me know how it works out for you. Now I am just going to take my airspun powder and I'm just going to set the areas where I have applied my concealer or those lighter areas of my face. And I do not put a lot of powder on my face. I just take a small amount and I press that into my skin. I do not let it sit on my skin except for when I carve out my contour. That's the only time you'll see me let this sit on my face for a very long time. Now I'm taking my Black Radiance contour palette and I am contouring my cheeks and my forehead. Here you're gonna see me apply too much contour on my face, but no worries, I have a trick to clean that up. I'm just gonna continue doing what I can to blend this out. I kind of wiped off some of the product on my arm just so it wouldn't be too much on my cheeks again. A little goes a long way, always remember that with makeup. So here I am taking the brush that I did blend out my foundation with, and now I'm just lightening up that contour just to make sure it's not too dark. Still taking that same foundation brush, and I am just making sure everything is blended out, everything is seamless, everything just goes together. This is how you get your flawless bead. Now I'm taking that same setting powder and I am carving out my contour. You may think this is too much and that it may cast a shadow on my face, but no worries, I have a trick for that too. Now I'm just taking the same color that I used for my contour and I am just carving out my nose contour. And you want to take this contour and make sure you're blending it all the way up, blend it into like your eyebrows, but make sure it's not too harsh. You be light-handed, please. Now I'm just taking my foundation and I am just cleaning up the middle, making sure that both sides are even. And then we're just gonna blend that out. Now we are just setting our nose contour, just cleaning it up, making sure it is sharp. Now we are taking that same foundation brush and cleaning up that powder. So I decided to add some black liner to my waterline. I'm actually going to take a brush and blend that out and smoke it out some more. Now we are taking that same foundation brush and cleaning up that powder. I'm telling y'all, keep your foundation brush close by because you need it. It is your eraser. It is your fixer. It will help you to get this flawless look. And I decided to add some bottom lashes just to give this look an extra pop of dramatic. Now we're setting our face with the NYX setting spray. Yes, I sprayed a lot, but we gotta make sure this thing's set. It don't move, it don't budge, nothing. Now is the time to apply your highlighter. This is how you get your highlights pop. You want to apply this to the apples of your cheek, the bridge of your nose, the top of your nose. I like to apply some on my forehead, my cupid's bow, and sometimes my chin. And this highlighter is the BH Cosmetics. No, not the BH Cosmetics. This is the Black Radiance highlighter. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Now I'm just lining my lips, applying my pigment, and applying my NYX butter gloss. And we are coming to the conclusion of this look. And babies, here is our finished look. Yes, baby, we are looking good. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me how you guys think about this look. And I will check you out in my next video.